Hello guys, this is Michael from Team Ragnarok and I'm with you today with what I call a future deck profile. This is for Mist Valley and it's post-extreme victory, so it will include a few cards that hasn't been released yet. I have tested this a lot and this deck is capable of making explosive plays and OTKs as well as kinda controlling the game. It makes massive advantage all the time. But you can lose to bad hands occasionally. So yeah, let's get into this. We got 3 Reborn Tengu. For those who don't know what this card is, it's a 17 beater, and when it's removed from the field in any way, you can search another one and also it's win. So a very powerful opening, and it can net you a lot of advantage. I will show the combos at the end of the video. 3 Genix Birdman, a card that makes this possible. You can return a monster on the field to special summon this, and then you can trigger the field spell which run the deck mostly. So we got 2 Mist Valley Shaman. It's kind of like a Birdman, but it needs to be on the field already, and you need another monster. Then you can bounce that other monster to increase its attack. The attack increase doesn't really matter, so it's just activating effect. Also it's the tuner. We got a single Dodger Dragon, 19 beater, and if for those who don't know what this is, its normal summon cannot be negated, and also the turn it's summoned, the opponent cannot activate counter traps, so it's to make sure your plays go through. I might try another one, but so far one has been okay. I play 1 Mist Valley Soldier, level 4 tuner, nothing much to say, it doesn't really do anything. 2 Vortex Trooper. Vortex Trooper's effect is when it's normal summoned, you can shuffle in 2 cards into your deck and draw 2 more, and when it's destroyed in any way, you get to draw. So you can reuse this again and again and again with Birdman, and also it makes your dead draws converts them into powerful combos. So yes, a very good card. 3 Mist Valley Falcon. Mist Valley Falcon is 2000 beater, and also it can get your effects going. So it's just good openings and makes dead hands better. 2 Genix Blast Fan. This kinda also runs the deck. When this got special summon, you can add a Genix, Dark Genix, I believe. Yeah, from a deck to your hand. So this gets you Birdman. Single Summoner Monk. Summoner Monk is used to either get Genix Blast Fan to get Birdman and then Arcanite Magician, or you can use it to get your Mist Valley Soldier just for an instant level 8, but you are usually going for the Birdman combo. 3 Mist Valley, no, Divine Wind Mist Valley. This card triggers all the effects, so you kinda need this to get going with Birdman and Shaman, and this card special summons a wind monster from the deck when a wind monster on the field is returned to your hand. So this triggers gets the engine going, and you might say, oh, 3 terraforming instead, but this card is so important that you really need this terraforming, and usually, because this is once per turn, you can use multiple and play them on top of each other for bigger plays, or just set them or discard for Summoner Monk. You can also reshuffle them in with Vortex Trooper, so Sword of Reading Light and Miracle Synchro Fusion. These attacks, this card is to get your Supreme Arcanite Magicians, and has been proving very, very useful. In the beginning I played part of Ares, but you just rarely got 5 monsters in the graveyard because this deck doesn't synchro that often really, and stuff just keeps being on the hand or on the field. So but this, after you make Arcanite with your Genix Blast Fan, this is live right away, and you can also bluff with this because if it's destroyed, you have to draw a card. So very powerful card. I have won a couple of games just by drawing this. And sort of Reeling Light to stall until you get the combos, and also you can reuse this with the Synchro and with the Falcon. You got your... This is the standard lineup for almost every deck, I must say. So just the stables: Space Typhoon, Book of Moon, Giant Trunade, Darkhold, and Monster Reborn. Now for the traps, we got 2 compulsories. This is being taken a lot, this format. Also, this gets rid of that powerful synchro play. It doesn't get rid of Sheen, but you can always get rid of the materials beforehand. And also, this, besides actually being a very powerful counter card, it also gets your engine going. If it's if you don't have the Birdman or whatever, you can just use this on your own monster and get going with Blast Fan. Very good. A single 7/2s, I might run 1 or 2 more, but the deck really needs the spells and the speed, so it's hard to find place for the protection. A Mirror Force, a Bottomless, and a Torrential Tribute. This is the only protective cards in the deck, besides compulsory, but the only protective cards that get rid of the problem right away. And this deck, if you're against a very fast deck, if you don't get your combo going right away, it might be kind of difficult to stall out. So these are here to help that. Cough the Hunted, a very good card to get field presence and to get Genix Blast Fan onto the field to trigger it. So this is a must. And of course, some Judgment Dust to negate stuff. So a couple of combos you can do with this deck is, let's say your opponent has like 3 or 4 cards on the field or whatever, and you summon Tengu, and then special summon Genix Birdman, return Tengu, Tengu's effect activate, brings out another Tengu from the deck. Now you can Synchro into Black Rose and destroy the field, and after that has happened, you get another Tengu. So you basically just used 1 Genix Birdman to blow the field and keep present. So that's one of the combos. It rarely happens because of all these counter traps, but it's definitely plausible. And most of your plays is gonna result around Divine Wind. Usually you have whatever a random wind monster, and then you will just bounce Birdman, Divine Wind will activate, and you will get your Genix Blast Fan, get another Birdman to hand, so you're ready to do this next turn as well. And then you can Synchro into Arcanine Magician. You can also do an OTK with this deck. It's kind of rare, but it can happen. It requires your Mist Valley Falcon on the field, or no, it doesn't matter. A random wind monster. It requires Genix Alliance Birdman in hand, Divine Wind of the Mist Valley in hand, and Reborn Tango in hand. Or you can have the Tango on field and Mist Valley Falcon in hand. You gotta be aware that you can't have used any Reborn Tango in the deck if you want this to deal 8,000 damage. If you want it to deal like 6,000 or something, you can have used the Reborn Tango once. But just so you know that. So what you do is you play a Divine Wind, play a Mist Valley Falcon or whatever. You bounce your Falcon to Genix Birdman, and this is important because you cannot activate Divine Wind and Tango at the same time, bringing out Genix Blast Fan, because Genix Blast Fan will miss timing at that point. So, and do this, Divine Wind will activate, get your Blast Fan, get your Birdman to hand. Now Synchro these two into, I should have shown the extra deck, I'll do that in a moment, because it really doesn't matter that much. Asian Fairy Dragon, when you have synchroed with Reborn Tango, it is of course removed from field, so you get another Tango. Now you use Fairy Dragon to recycle your Divine Wind, so you can play a new one. Then Birdman on Genix Blast Fan, Divine Wind will activate, bring you another Genix Blast Fan, and another Birdman to your hand. Now, once again, Synchro. Bring out Asian Fairy Dragon, that's a proxy for Asian Fairy Dragon. Of course, Genix Allied Birdman goes to the grave, no, to the remove pile. And also, you get your last Reborn Tango for this. Now use your now use your second Fairy Dragon, recycle your Divine Wind into a new one, and use your last Birdman to return Genix Blast Fan to the hand, and now get whatever level 3 that you play in the deck. So in my case that would be Vortex Trooper. Now Synchro does too. Into your Bionic. Now of course you can do fun things like bounce a Divine Wind, play it again, then bounce Tango and get whatever from the field, but basically this is what you need. This is, I guess, this is 8200, so, and you got 3 cards in the hand, and these were just from the starting point, so you can bounce at least 3 times and more if your opponent has more cards, of course. So yeah, most of your combos will revolve around getting Genix Blast Fan, so as soon as you get your first Birdman, Divine Wind and whatever wind, you will just be constantly keeping Allied Birdman on the hand. So you can do something every turn. So the more normal play would be like summoning something like Vortex Trooper. If your opponent doesn't have any response, you just try to perfect your hand. Maybe you drawn that Blast Fan or something. Then you play your Divine Wind, Terraforming or whatever to get it. Bounce Trooper, and then you get your Blast Fan, searching anew. Like I said before, Birdman. Now you're ready to do this each turn, and Trooper is optional. You don't have to use the reshuffle effect, so if you have like Genix Birdman and another card, you don't need to shuffle Birdman in again. You can just not do it, and you can keep on using your Vortex Trooper each turn. So you synchro these into your Arcanine Magician, because Blast Fan is a spellcaster, and there you get going. So you will often have to use at least 2 Arcanine Magicians, often 3, and as soon as this is gone, your Supreme Arcanine Magician is ready with the super fusion thingy, you know, Synchro Fusion. So now I'll just quickly show the extra deck. I forgot to show it, but it's not that important really, because usually they're not important, but you will mostly be making level 7s, and that will be the focus in this. Synchro Mistram, haven't summoned yet. Stardust and Colossal, I might find room for a Thought Ruler also, because it's very handy to have if you know he has that prison or whatever. Or compulsory, and also life gain is never bad. 2 Asian Fairy Dragons for the OTK, and also just for, you make level 7s a lot, so your deck is kinda like a counter to Necro, Valley decks, Gravekeepers, or Dragoonity, because you can get this out, kill the guy, kill this field spell, and then set your play off for next turn with Divine Wind. 2 Arcanine, and you need to, you cannot play this with 1. I tried it in the beginning because I didn't know how much you spam this, but you need 2 Arcanine Magicians. It wins you games, it gets you advantage. It's just, this is crazy. This is the only deck that can summon this from Summon Monk, since Rescue Cat isn't here anymore. Because you can just, even without the field spell, you can Summon Monk, Blast Fan, get Birdman, bounce Blast Fan, or Summon Monk, doesn't really matter. And then you got the Arcanine Magician, very powerful play. 2 Black Roses, I rarely use just the 1, so I could go ahead and dump one of these Black Roses to the Thought Ruler, but I'm playing 2 so far just for the safety of it. Scrap Archfiend, just a beater, and Mist-Ready Thunderlord. You don't make this as often as I would, because this is crazy broken. It's a 2600 attacker, and once per turn, either turn, you can, both players' turn, you can bounce any card, to give 500 more. So this can beat every monster in the game, basically. And suicide with that one X-shape or Gotham's or whatever. And what you do with this, if the opponent don't read, they rarely don't know what this does. So let's say you got like a field spell and a face down or whatever, they use MST on one of those cards. You chain, return that card to safety. Now they just wasted MST. Or if you got a monster because of some combo last turn, you can like save that from being attacked and just keep the speed on the field. You can recycle a field spell to make more combos that turn. You can, in your opponents, when they end their main phase, you got priority. So you can activate this in the end of their main phase, 1 or 2, whatever, to use a Divine Wind in your opponent's turn. So this is just good, but you can only make it with Falcon. So, and you often want to get that Blast Fan, so you don't summon this that much. Then you got single Bionic, just for the OTK. You rarely make the level 6s, but you gotta have one level 6, and Bionic is the best one. One just Catastrophe. If you want to reborn something, you need that level. A single Armory Arm, same again if you want to reborn something. I don't have Tech Genius thingy, Magician, and of course it hasn't been released yet, but it's future deck profile. And it isn't that important. I would swap it for Catastrophe just because it's a spellcaster and works with this guy, Supreme Arcanite Magician, that you make with your Miracle Synchro Fusion. And what you gotta keep in mind is that you can only use this once per turn, but you can indirectly use it multiple times if you got Arcanite Magicians, because I had tried this, like have Arcanite Magician, uses 2 counters. Previously your opponent doesn't do anything, he just says and think, yeah, that Arcanite Magician doesn't have any more counters. But then you can use this effect with your Supreme Arcanite Magician's counters and destroy, and then use the zone effect to draw or whatever after you attack directly. So a really good card, also just 3400 beater, so like I said before, this can't really kill anything by battle because this has more attack. But anything that is played in regular decks it can kill. So I hope you like this deck profile. Leave in the comments below, like, what do you think the Reborn Tank will do to the meta? Because I believe this is a very powerful card. Just Birdman combos you can do in every deck that has both. You don't need the Divine Wind for anything in this combo. And also, just like these 2 cards, how are they going to impact the meta? I think, personally, my thought is Reborn Tank will be like crazy broken in Zombie and Flammable and Scraps. I have seen this in Scrap, and yeah, it's incredible. So leave in comments below what you thought about this Reborn Tengu for the meta, and also what you thought about Mist Valley. Have you tried playing against it, or do you have any fixes for it? So yeah, that was all for now. This was kind of a long video, sorry about that, so see you later. Hi.